Baby, ain't no party like a Miss Wanda party, and a Miss Wanda party don't stop. Miss Wanda is finally back on our television screens, gracing us with her presence. Okay, let me tell you, this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville was so good. It was episode 7 of season 3. WAP, Miss Wanda ain't playing. Okay, listen, I just want to know, first of all, before we get into this thing, okay, what would y'all rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, give me that in the chatterization right off the rip. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you happen to see it, let me know. Okay, what you gonna rate this episode? Okay, Tay says Hurricane Wanda is here. Okay, we got a 9 in the place to be. We got a 9, 7.5, a 10, a 9, a 9. I'm gonna get this episode myself. I'm going to give it a straight up 10. We got everything we needed. And what I felt like is this episode is going to be a jumping off point for some of the next episodes that we get. Okay. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. And next week look like it's going to be good too. Okay. We next week is going to be top tier. Okay. What else we got up in? We got 9, 7, 9, 9. Fire. Just straight fire, Susie. Right. I want to acknowledge some of our people in the building. Houston, Miami. Who else we got up in here? We got Philly, Boston, Knoxville, Tennessee. I see you, Colorado Springs, East Africa in the building. Baby, Jamaica's in the building. I see you out there. Who else is up in here? Somebody gave it a 200. Who gave it a 200? Who gave that thing a 200? I know I saw it. Mississippi, Tuscaloosa. Okay, Indianapolis. Okay. Ooh, Tisha, 9.5 standing up to her mom. Listen, we got so much going on, and I want to dive straight up into it. Number one, because they're still doing that lawnmowerization outside, and it pisses me off. And number two, I got somebody coming in to fix the thing on the shower head because I broke it last week. Okay, lots going on. But anyway, let's get into the thing. Okay. So we start this episode. We back at the black, event, and the fellas are outside and they're trying to get some intel from Martel. I mean, basically, they're trying to find out, is Martel in love with his mistress, aka baby mama? Okay, who has baby number 5 now? The men are asking questions. Even Lewis got some questions. Lewis just got here. Okay. Lewis just showed up to set the other day. So I don't even understand why he got questions. Does Martel even know this man? We ain't even seen the two of them interact together before. So to me, I'm like, I would be, if I was Martel, I'd be like, man, who are you? And why are you asking me anything about my situation? I don't know you yet. Okay. But maybe he does. I don't know. Marceau tells the man, if you love that baby mama, don't get no paternity test, okay? That's an interesting thought. I mean, I guess he's trying to say is if you love her, don't put her through this idea or this notion that you don't really know who the father might be and if you are really it, because now you are assuming that since she was your side chick, that she might be somebody else's side chick too. I mean, I guess that's what he's trying to tell him. Okay. Now, with that out of the way, Martel basically says he doesn't really answer the question about whether or not he loves her, which I found to be, very interesting and telling in and of itself. Not that he would actually admit to it on the show where his ex-wife is probably, has a hand in production and whatnot. But it would also just not be a good look for him to say that in this specific place. But what he does say is that he can't see himself getting back together with that good Melody Holt, okay? Now, inside, Miss Wanda is trying to make that reconciliation happen. Miss Wanda is doing any and everything to try to get these two people back together again, and I don't know why. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense. She knows what's going on. As a matter of fact, she following the mistress and the baby mama. So I don't understand why she don't understand why it would be that Melody would not want to get back together with this man who got a baby by somebody else outside of their marriage. Why? I think Miss Wanda was bored. Okay. I think she had showed up to the party. She might have, listen, I don't know if she drink or not. I'm assuming she do, but because Leticia didn't want to give her a drink later. But what I think happened is Miss Wanda showed up on the scene. She had her that one cocktail. She took it back and said, "Where's the party? Okay, let's get it started today." So here's the thing. Miss Wanda comes in and she's trying to get Melody to get back together with this man and questioning the length of time for which she knew about the affair. In her confessional, Miss Wanda gets her own confessional. Oh, yes, she does. She says that Melody knew about this thing for 5-6 years. Okay. When Melody says in person, when confronted by Miss Wanda, that she only knew for 2. Okay. Then she thought that things were getting better. And then she knew that next year. So 3 years altogether that she allegedly has known about this situation. We got a super chat from Candace who says, "Don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but wanted to show some love from the Manchester, UK. You rock." Thank you, boo. Stick around, and enjoy the conversation because it's definitely a doozy. And even if an episode is boring, we're gonna make it good. Okay. And I thank you for that super chat. Now, here's the thing. Miss Wanda bored. Miss Wanda up in everybody's business. That's why Miss Wanda is following the mistress or the baby mama. Now, Destiny clocks this and addresses this with Miss Wanda and basically says, "Girl, listen, this is basically what Destiny was trying to tell her without saying it out loud. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. My interpretation anyway. I feel like Destiny was trying to tell her, listen, girl, we women are part of this cast. We got to stick together on something. Okay. We may fight amongst ourselves, but the last thing that we finna do is follow this side chick lady on the social media. We just not going to do that. It's unacceptable for us women who are part of this cast that is pretty much run by Melody Holt. You know what I'm saying? She runs the girls a little to a certain degree. Melody runs the girls. I mean, we can say what we want to say, but Melody is pretty much in charge of the show. She's the top dog on this. She's Big Sister Almighty on this show, if you know what I mean. Okay. That's basically what Destiny was trying to say. We got to have some loyalty to the sisterhood on this show. And you ain't got none of it. Okay. Miss Wanda dismisses her. She gets back on Melody about, whether or not she should, be back with Martel or not, and all this other stuff like that. Melody basically gets mad and Destiny has to escort her off. Okay. Meanwhile, Marceau outside basically tells the men that he wouldn't get married again if something happened between him and Leticia, because the question that the men was talking about was whether or not Martel would ever get married again or whatever. Anyway, after Melody leaves, it's time for Kimmi, okay? Because Kimmi the only one left at the table after Melody and Destiny then bounced and Melody screaming outside. For whatever reason, Miss Wanda can't get it out her head that Kimmi has somehow been talking about Leticia on social media. This is what the argument's about. And Kimmy's like, girl, where have you seen it? Where have you seen it posted that I've been talking about this girl on social media? Where it at? Pull up the receipts. Show it to me. Because if you saying that I'm talking about your daughter on social media, what you should be able to do at that point in time is you should be able to pull out your phone and say, look, this is what you said on this day on March 1st, 2019, 2020, 2021. These are the things that you had said about my daughter and I don't like it. But Miss Wanda, who seems to be an expert on all things random in social media and generalized in social media, cannot point to a date, a time, a place, a location, an app, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, what else they got out there? You know what I'm saying? She can't pick out not a place that Kimmi has ever spoken about Leticia in a negative light. outside of telling Leticia, I feel like the truth of the matter in any situation in which Leticia actually comes at Kimmy. So anything I feel like Kimmy has said about Leticia, she has pretty much said directly to Leticia. And I feel like it is the idea that Kimmy does not bow down and kiss the ring and give Leticia what it is that she wants that really bothers Miss Wanda, because I feel like Miss Wanda continues to be the overlord and the coddler of Leticia. Okay, bottom line. So Kimmy stands her ground and then tells her, if you can't tell me what I said, then shut the F up. Okay, and she is definitely banging on the table. Now this is where we're gonna get Miss Wanda running back and telling Leticia what Kimmy did, and this is gonna be something that we have to watch for, because it's gonna pop off in another episode. Actually, probably at the end of next week or in the week following that, when the people go to Vegas. Okay. Here's what I do have to say about Kimmy. As I'm watching the episodes play out, what I'm gonna need Maurice to do is to make sure that he starts stepping in the gap for Kimmy, because I ain't really like it the way I saw in the preview. Kimmy was having to basically defend herself and defend Jalen to Leticia and Marceau, and Maurice ain't saying nothing. But we're gonna get on Maurice in 1 second, okay? Melody is at the studio the next day. Okay, she at the studio the next day doing another bopperization. Do y'all like her first song? I actually like it. I like the first song, and I like the video. She looked really good in the video, and I feel like if she takes this seriously, she could take it far. But is that really what she wants to do? Because she has a lot going on. But we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But the new song is called Side Chick of the Year Award. And so what it feels like to me is she is going to milk this situation for all it is worth. And to be honest with you, I don't really blame her. The man then cheated on you, and he done made you look crazy in front of the world for the world to see on your own show. And so I feel like what she should do now is take every opportunity to run that situation down into the ground and remind him of what he did and remind her of who she is to her. Okay. So with that being said, Melody, you know, she does say these songs are written with writers who also have their own reference point for the particular subject in mind, which is definitely true. That's what happens in writing camps, and when people are writing songs with other people, they bring in their own input. But the impetus for the song title, I mean, definitely came from a real life situation. I mean, believe what you want to or not, but that's my interpretation of what's going on. Anyway, Destiny stops by and she wants to chat. Now, the other day, Destiny had Melody's back for sure, just like a no limit soldier should. But when it comes down to the discussion about Tiffany, because you know, Destiny says she saw Tiffany crying because Maurice had done went off on her so bad, and I didn't really feel like it was that bad, but I felt like they did hold her accountable. Okay. And so she felt like she needed to comfort Tiffany while she was crying, even though Tiffany had tried to, you know, pour her some tea on what had happened between Destiny and her husband. So, you know, Melody is real defensive of, you know, Tiffany. She's such a good person. She has such a kind heart. She's an angel. We love her. She was delivered from the Lord to us for us to guide us into the promised land. She was going hard for that girl, okay? And I get it. Maybe Tiffany is that nice and we don't really know it yet. She may be. But what she has provided us on the screen is nothing but messy. And she can't even own the mess that she done poured into the pool. She done poured some soda into the pool that we was all trying to swim in and gonna act like somebody else did it. Okay, no, girl, it was you that poured it into the pool. We saw you. We see you. We see you. Anyway, so Destiny's like, well, I sure hope you are running around town defending me. like you are defending Tiffany, okay? So Melody does not like that. And Melody, being Big Sister Almighty in this group, has basically said, not, and I'm calling her Big Sister Almighty, not in the same way I'm calling Giselle Big Sister Almighty. Trust and believe, they're two different big sisters. But at the end of the day, I feel like Melody's kind of the ringleader of the girls in this group. So, you know, when I call her Big Sister Almighty, that's what I'm referring to. Anyway, and so basically, Melody says that, you know, well, Destiny, you were very aggressive with her, just like you were very aggressive with me. So Destiny is basically saying that, you know, you're calling me aggressive, but I'm also very sensitive, like you're saying Tiffany is very sensitive. And Melody was like, well, girl, why don't you show me your sensitivity then? And I just felt like, let me just say this. It felt to me, and y'all can write down in the comment section. I really want to, I really want to know what y'all think about this, because to me, and I like Melody, I like her music, but it feels to me as though when she is confronted, she kind of pulls the, I don't want to say this, but CCF Freak said it, the Shawnee O'Neal vibes, okay? And what I mean by that is kind of passive aggressive to me, kind of similar to the, like, how she said, well, trust and believe, Mama Bear knows what each one of her cubs needs, okay? And what they don't need. And you don't necessarily need all that coddling the way Tiffany does. So by referring to herself as sort of the mama bear in this situation, it felt to me like she was putting Destiny on notice. Well, girl, look, I'm in charge and I know what to do and I know how to handle all of y'all. Trust and believe that. And so it kind of lends itself to a sort of hierarchy on this show, whereby there is a person who is sort of running things who can't be confronted by their friends, right? So it doesn't feel good to watch, because it sounds very passive aggressive, as Destiny is seemingly truly coming to her woman to woman as a friend with an issue that she has, and not being aggressive or passive aggressive in any way, shape, or form. I felt like Destiny was truly coming to her like, girl, listen, you know, I still feel some type of way about our discussion. You know, this is what I feel. Or, you know, can you show me the same level of compassion that you showing for Tiffany? And so it was just a real interesting conversation. And I wonder if this is going to lead to any tension further on. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had seen a post from Melody where she said that basically everything was all good in the hood between her and Destiny. But at the end of the day, are they really? I don't know. You know how you can start to see, and I hope this don't happen, but sometimes you can start to see little fractures in people's friendships on these reality TV shows. I mean, we definitely saw it with Portia and not Portia and Candy, but Candy and Phaedra. Remember that it started with a little crack and then it turned into an entirely different planet. Okay. And then remember, we saw that same thing happen between Nene and Cynthia as well. Kyle and Lisa Vanderpump, you know, you see it happen on all of these different shows. So I just have to wonder, is that what we're seeing here? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay. Speaking of Tiffany, Tiffany is mowing the lawn. Let me tell y'all something. First of all, I hate the sound of the people mowing the lawn outside. I hope y'all can't hear it. Third, and the next thing is, I hate mowing the grass. Okay. I didn't even think the lawn was that big for her to be riding that lawnmower, but maybe I couldn't see all the lawn. And then the third thing is, what kind of lawnmower was that? I have never seen that where you are operating this thing from the two sides. And maybe I'm just not up on lawnmower technology, but I was just like, girl, what are you doing? Anyway, they mow on the grass. They take a break, you know, because they need to recap the whole situation, the things that went down about Maurice confronting them at Black. Now, Tiffany is saying that she felt blindsided by this, and somehow, some way, she has talked herself into believing that the real issue that Maurice had was that Kimmy did not know. Okay, so then that leads her and Lewis to start to surmise that there must be something going on in the relationship between Kimmy and Maurice, so much so that they have chosen to attack poor innocent Tiffany about bringing up Maurice's son on camera with the whole vape situation. No, Tiffany, no. Okay. And Lewis, I'm mad at you too for even for entertaining this level of conversation and pacifying her so much so that she felt like it was okay to continue down this whole rabbit hole that she's down right here, because she's going deep and you going right along with her. And it don't really make no sense to me, because at the end of the day, yes, it was an issue that Maurice did not tell Kimmy, but that ain't the main issue. The main issue is you bringing up some negativity about somebody else's child who is below the age of 18 on the national television. You bringing something that happened to him in school, which should definitely be private. You are bringing that to the television screen and you don't even know these people. They tried it. They tried it. Anyway, Martel goes and has what felt to me like a 20-minute conversation with Fred, his business partner. Now, I said this as I was watching it. This conversation feels so long, and it was a whole lot of male posture, like, macho posturing, like, yeah, dog, yeah, man, I'm trying to get it together, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have it together, I'm trying to lift myself up, pick myself up, yeah, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What? When all that really needed to be said was, Fred, I'm gonna tell you what it said. Let me get a short version. Fred, Martel, I don't have my builder's license. Melody had the builder's license. Fred, who has a license, says, man, why didn't you get your own builder's license? Martel says this, well, Melody passed the test, and basically I was relying on her since we was married, and I never thought that she would leave me. So now I got to go take the test for myself. The end, okay? The end. That was it. That was all that needed to happen. That conversation lasted for too long. It was 20 minutes of, I just can't get that 20 minutes back, and I'm annoyed by it. I was annoyed by it last night, but I'm getting annoyed all over again. Now we get to Leticia and Marceau and Wanda. Okay. Now, Wanda stops by Leticia's house to relay everything that had happened at the Black. Okay. Can I pause this for a second? Let me just say this. Yeah. I am not trying to come after Tyler Perry or nothing like that, because they be the powers that be. Okay. But what I got to say is this. Now, I don't know who be writing all the scripts and whatnot, but I feel like if you ever seen the Tyler Perry show, you will know that they spend this about what I feel like is about 10 minutes of the same dialogue. Well, why didn't you call me last night? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't call you, but you didn't call me last night. I mean, I was busy, but why didn't you call me last night? Well, I went out to eat, but you didn't call me last night. And you just be like, we know, okay? Anyway, that to me is what that conversation with Fred was like on last night's on the episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, for those that didn't see it, okay? Moving right along, Miss Wanda is telling Leticia what didn't happen at the Black. Now, I was wondering to myself, where did Leticia go that she missed all these conversations at the Black? She was nowhere to be found. Did she leave early? I can't remember now. But anyway, Leticia actually agrees that Miss Wanda should not be, following the baby mama of Martel on social media in accordance with the rest of the ladies in the group. She should have the posse's back. She should be part of the Flossie posse and not follow this girl, okay? She also tells Miss Wanda that she has forgiven Kimmy and Melody for things that have happened in the past. Sure you have. I definitely don't believe she didn't forgiven Kimmy, because just as soon as Miss Wanda relays the story incorrectly as to what Kimmy had told her, Leticia is all, well, she wouldn't have done that if I was there. Girl, Kimmy ain't afraid of you. Okay. What was you gonna do? What you gonna do? I mean, and listen, I just don't feel like, I feel like Leticia was talking all big and bad, but at the end of the day, having seen Kimmy stand up for herself, I don't really think that, I mean, Kimmy is afraid of Leticia in any way, shape, or form. Just with me. Anyway. So then we get this whole incident about Marceau giving Melody a bottle of black champagne because he wanted her to be an ambassador. So apparently Leticia knew about her wanting to be him wanting to make her an ambassador. It is that he hand delivered the bottle to her that he has a problem with it. Okay. So when Miss Wanda tells Leticia this, she confronts Marceau and she basically grips him by the chin like so. And she like, well, did you go over there and give her that bottle of champagne? Did you or did you not? Answer me. And he like, I'm not going to answer that question. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to answer that question. I ain't going to answer that question. Because if you think that I had went over there to get it on with her, if you believe the worst in me like that, then I don't need to answer you. Okay? Now, while I understand his, stance, so to speak, I also think it probably ain't the wisest stance to take with your wife, especially given the fact that you can tell your wife is already insecure. And already there is rumors of another baby out there in the streets that they claiming that you're the father of, okay, allegedly. But Miss Wanda brought it up, okay? So Marceau calls her a drunk, okay? So then Miss Wanda gets to calling his mama something. So then Leticia, she can't even be worried about this man going and hand delivering a bottle of black champagne to Melody, his castmate, who he has had to work with for the past 3 seasons. She now got to be concerned because Miss Wanda is talking about the man's mama on national television. Oh, yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. So now she got to explain to Miss Wanda why that's wrong, okay? Why that's wrong, how it's disrespectful to not only her, him, the kids, the mama, all the other siblings, but she just plain wrong and she need to sit down somewhere, okay? As I watched this scene play out, I just watched Leticia be a ping pong between Miss Wanda and Marceau. And I realized that's what Leticia is in this situation. She's a ping pong. Both Marceau and Miss Wanda have the power to get Leticia worked up and in her insecurities, and they do it to her literally all the time. Let me give you some examples. Example 1 is Miss Wanda not telling Leticia the true version of what happened and why Kimmy went off on her during the altercation at Black, for which Leticia was conveniently not present for, okay? So she knew by saying that she would already raise again that level of insecurity within Leticia about her relationship with Kimmy. Marceau ping-ponged her back in the opposite direction by not answering her question about whether or not he did in fact give, Melody that bottle of black chocolate in a bottle, okay, face to face. By not answering that question, he knows that he's fueling her insecurity. So that's what they do. They play ping pong with Leticia. And they just go back and forth. Your serve, my serve. Your serve, my serve. Until eventually she ain't got no more strength left and she run off in the house, okay? It is what it is. And I hate to reduce, I'm not reducing her to a ping pong, but I'm saying that I feel like they're playing ping pong with her emotions, okay? That's what's happening. Both of them doing it. And I feel like to a certain degree, they get a slight bit of joy out of it. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like I just felt like Marceau was just kind of snickering at the end of all of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. It seems very manipulative to me on both ends. On both ends. That was Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Season 3, episode 7. Next week, the people are heading to Vegas for, I believe it is Tisha and Marceau's anniversary. On the description, it said that Maurice is actually going to invite Tiffany and Louis. He must not know that they was talking about him and Kimmy's relationship the way they was in this episode. But maybe we'll get questions about that at the reunion. We also going to get Kimmy confronting Leticia and Marceau about some things that are going on with Jalen at the restaurant. Okay, so we got a lot of things that's going to pop off in the next couple of weeks. And I just got to say it. It seems to me like Love and Marriage Huntsville it just can't quit. It won't let up. I mean, I feel like every week I'm literally shook because something crazy happens, and this week was no exception. So anyway, y'all, that's the review that we got for y'all. Thank you so much for chiming in on this chat. Remember, we like to have fun on this channel, and don't take none of this too seriously, especially for those of you who may be on the show. And if you happen to watch, I don't know. I can't imagine why you might be watching me. Little old me. But if you are, just know it's all in fun, okay? Now, with that being said, I will tell y'all this. If ain't nobody told you today, I love you. Make sure you tell somebody else. And y'all know what's up. We're going to see y'all in the next video.